Look, if you are an entrepreneur now getting into 2025, please watch this video because in here I'm compiling the 5 main lessons or main mindsets I want to take into this new year. If you're not an entrepreneur, you can click off, or if you still want to learn the lessons, then keep watching. And quick disclaimer, this video is going to be unedited and it's going to be quite the challenge to watch it, I know. I know you'd rather like to get it with captions and constant editing, but see it as a challenge. See it as a challenge to watch through this video and to actually challenge your dopamine system to get from this disgusting TikTok attention span, okay? So one of the main lessons I really want to start off here that I want to keep in mind, or that I want to basically get rid of because it's an excuse. This excuse I want to get rid of, and I bet that many of y'all know it. And you probably want to get rid of it too. Let me show you why. The excuse I'm talking about is you're still so young. Figure life out. This excuse is complete bullshit, because if you're an entrepreneur, chances are you want to be great. You don't just want to be some entrepreneur that works all year but makes like minimum wage if you want to convert it into normal working hours, right? You don't want to be that guy, probably, I'm going to guess. If you're an entrepreneur, you want to go for the big stuff. How do I know that? I'm an entrepreneur myself, okay? I want to go for the big stuff. I want to have the nice house, the Lambo, the yacht, whatever, okay? And not only those materialistic things, but I also want to get the character and the personality from being an entrepreneur, because it's hard and that's what makes it worth it, okay? So with that being said, this excuse, the only thing it really does, it makes you procrastinate. And you don't want to procrastinate as an entrepreneur, because that literally means death in business, okay? So get rid of this excuse. Even if you are young, me myself, probably most people would consider me young. I'm 17 years old and I've been running my business for 2 years. Whatever age you are, I don't care if you're, 14 or 15 or older maybe. You're not young. And life goes by so fast, you don't even notice it. Like, how fast did this year go by, 2024? Quite fast, right? Wasn't enough time. I didn't have enough time to chase my goals. I would just like to have a couple more months and maybe then we can get into the new year. No, that's not how it works. Time is objective and you can't change it, okay? And funny fact right here is that most people actually think they can live until 100. If you look at the stats, you're probably not going to live until 100. It's more like 70 or 80. So then the midpoint of your life is probably going to be around 35 if you look at it that way. But now factor in that each year is going to feel shorter because it's just 1 more % of your life basically. With that, the midpoint of your life in terms of feeling, in terms of the things you remember, is probably going to be 21. It's a shocking fact, I know. But imagine this. Look, when you're 1 year old, this 1 year has been 100% of your life. But now if you're 50, this 1 year that you're living is 2% of your life. Only 2%, because you've already lived 49 different years. So it's going to feel shorter, obviously. And this fact is so interesting, but also so shocking at the same time. Like, I can't believe the midpoint of life is really 21. It's a hard pill to swallow, really. And obviously I know the real midpoint should be at 35, but in terms of feeling, it's gonna be at 21. And maybe you've noticed this, like 1 year as a kid feels so long, or an hour as a kid feels so long. You have to wait an hour for your mom to come back home. That feels so long, it's like torture. But now, when you're older, 1 hour of, I don't know, something fun, I guess, video games for example. 1 hour of video games feels so fast. And like I said, this is the reason it feels so fast, because it's just another percent of your life. It's not that important anymore, because you've already lived so many experiences and so many years before it. So remember that you don't have that much time. You don't. Next one I want to get to is that one social media session is one of the 1000 cuts that will make you fail miserably at the end. And the concept I'm referring to here is one from Sam Ovens, if you're familiar with him. And a concept he once shared in one of his videos. It's called Death by 1000 Cuts. And sorry for the voice crack. But basically how you need to imagine this is that all the little small things you do that might not work to your goals, they basically are like little cuts. Imagine this in your forearm, for example. You have some of the most important veins in there, right? Imagine it like little cuts you make into your forearm, and then once you have 1000 cuts, you'll bleed out, okay? You'll fail miserably. And what I myself and you, we together need to remember is that we can't allow these cuts to appear as often as they do now. So don't come with the excuse that, oh, it's just one scrolling session, I'm just scrolling for a bit. It's a little cut. And if you repeat this 1000 times, imagine where you would be if you didn't do these actions. Would you be 10 times better? Or 100 times better? In terms of your position, in terms of your success? Think about it. And it's one that I also find really interesting, that I need to remind myself of. Next one is that people often tell themselves, especially in this manifestation world, in this sort of law of attraction type of field. And by the way, don't get me wrong, I love the concept of manifestation. Of course, visualize your stuff. Do meditations, visualize your goals. All of that helps. But one excuse that often comes from this space, this spiritual space, even from like Christian people. I myself am Christian. And from this space, there's really this excuse that I deserve success. I attract success. No, the fuck you don't. What are you even talking about, right? If you were to deserve success, you would already have it. So why don't you? That's the question here. Why don't you have the success that you allegedly deserve? Well, it's because you don't deserve it. And that's the big fact here. You don't deserve it. In order to deserve it, you need to become a different person. You need to change your identity. And that's really the only way to go about it. You need to cut out parts from your identity. Cut out those stupid friends that always tell you to go out and drink with them. Or cut out that, I mean, as harsh as it might sound, maybe that girlfriend that is annoying you, that is taking so much time from you, which you don't even feel like you're having a happy time with her anymore. It's just like, yeah, let's meet and let's watch a movie, and then you're done, and yeah, okay, that was quite okay, but you know, I spent time with my girlfriend. No, like, you're still the same fucking person as before. And you need to change your identity if you really want to see different results. Because like I said, if you would already deserve success, you would have it already, or you would be close to reaching your goals. Somewhat close. But if you're not, there's probably something you need to change. And don't get me wrong, you don't need to sacrifice your friends or sacrifice your girlfriend or your family or whatever. But maybe something different. Think about it. There's something that you need to get rid of, that you need to strip from your current identity, or maybe something you need to add, however you want to look at it, in order to get into this new identity and get the success you actually deserve. For example, one of the successes that I've had from transitioning from this like gamer boy into an entrepreneur is that I needed to make the hard decision to sell my gaming PC. I didn't want to do it, right? I had all my friends on Discord and everything. I was playing Minecraft with them, Valorant, Fortnite, whatever, right? And it was so fun. By the way, also Forza Horizon, amazing game. But no, I'm not playing it anymore. Because you know what I told myself? I'm an entrepreneur, and as an entrepreneur, I can't waste these hours playing with my friends. And to be honest, it was quite the hard decision, but to defend it, games were kind of getting boring. You can't deny it, right? Like all these games like Fortnite, they definitely fell off. But anyways, we're here to talk about business, not about Fortnite. So let's get back to the fourth lesson that I want to take into 2025, which is to be like water. Maybe you know this quote from Bruce Lee. He says, be like water, because if you fill water into a cup, it becomes the cup. It basically becomes the surroundings. And what I mean by this is that especially if you have a job, or maybe you're in college, in university, in school maybe. I, for example, am still in school. Sadly, I would like to leave, but you know, I'm still there. Main reason right now is to basically just finish my final exam, and then from there on I'll see what I'm doing, and hopefully until then my business is like running smooth enough to a point where I can just do that full time, and that's the goal, okay? So be like water, what I just said. If you have some other occupation or like school, a job, whatever, this is especially important for you, because chances are pretty high that you need to fix around your schedule from time to time. Maybe there's a meeting that you need to attend, or maybe in school you need to prepare something for a presentation or whatever, right? There's so much stuff that comes between you and the business work, and you can't just rely on one schedule that you follow every single day, because there are things that are gonna come in between that. And because of that, you're gonna need to be like water. You need to gonna adapt to that. You'll need to adapt to that, right? And yeah, that's really such a, for me personally, it's quite the hard thing, because I love to have my routine, right? I love to wake up at 5:30 in the morning, then get to my PC, drink my coffee, and do my work, do some outreach, then edit some videos, whatever. I have my whole routine. It's so beautiful, right? But what if I don't wake up at 5:30? What if I'm lazy that day? Do I just wake up at 12 p.m. and then say, well, I already slept so much, so I might as well just stay in my bed and, you know, just watch some TikTok or whatever. No. Be like water. Adapt to that. You woke up at 12 p.m., whatever, midday, get to your PC and still work for the hours you have left. Because really, if you think about it, it's so simple, right? Get this into your mind. It's so simple. Doing something is better than doing nothing. And I'll leave you with that. So the fifth thing, the last thing I want to talk about is you always underestimate the effort you need to put in order to see results. So overestimate it by a lot and you'll always be safe. And this is really a concept I've learned from Alex Hormozi, and he always talks about like having this this underestimate for how much work it really takes. Like when you're getting into business, the first time you start, you think to yourself, like, these gurus make it seem so easy, so it must just take maybe 2 hours per day and then I can make 10K per month. Like, no, what the fuck? Like, I was thinking the same thing. Back when I was starting, I watched some free course from an SMMA guy, and he was talking about how you only really need to do 25 outreach per day to see results. And I did that, and I was wondering like why am I not seeing any results? Well, I was stupid. I'm talking to my past self right now. You are stupid, Malte. You are stupid because it wasn't just the 25 outreach. It was way more than that. And that's what you really realize later on in business. And if you are an entrepreneur, you've probably made this experience. You start off by doing a little bit because someone told you, yeah, that's all you're gonna need. Or you have the feeling that's all you're gonna need. But then later on you realize, oh shit, I need to do more. So what I really want to leave you with in this video is to overestimate everything. Overestimate the work that you need to put in and underestimate the results you're gonna get. With that, you'll always be safe, and it's basically like a guarantee, right? If you overestimate the work you need to put in enough, you'll be guaranteed to see results. And if you then underestimate the results you're gonna get, you'll always be surprised of how far you can really get. Hope that was helpful. Bye.